What's up, you guys? Hi. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing today? Are y'all doing all right? Is everybody having a good day, chore? I know that the light is reflecting off the back of my head and it's annoying me. Okay, there we go. Look, trying to fix it, Jesus. Fix it, Lord. Fix it, Lord. Ugh. Listen, whatever. It'll be fine. How are y'all doing? I feel like I made it worse. I was trying to fix it. It's gonna aggravate me. Whatever. I'm gonna come back. Give me a minute. Give me a second. Okay, I think I'm ready. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Not come on in. Not come. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know I'm weird. Whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondi Blue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondi Blue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
All right, everybody. Yes, I'm here for Basketball Wives, and I'm smiling because I'm a happy person. That's why I'm smiling. Not because I'm excited about this review. Not because I'm happy about this review. I'm more so happy to see you guys. Hey, Jay Lee. Hey, Urel. Hey, Bootsy Baby. Hey, Morgan. Hey, Sherry. Hey, Christia. Hey, Anthea. Hey, Miss Cook, 76. Hey, Chanel. Hey, Brittany B. Hey, Shane. Hey, Sweet. Soria. Soria D. I think I'm saying that. Hey, Ransom Ricardo. Erin. Alexia. Sarah, Kanisha, Aaliyah, Charlie, Sabrina, Danielle, Maya, Ebony, Neek, Sandra, Portia Kayla. Okay, I am Bonnie Blue. Thank you, Heather. I appreciate the super chat. I hope everybody is doing well. I just kind of like to check in and say, hey, before we get into everything. The mics are good. Everybody's good. Somebody probably DM'd me already and told me that the mic was good, child. Let's go ahead and get into Basketball Wives without any further ado. So Evelyn rented a house this weekend, okay, for the 2 weeks that they're supposed to be in the houses, all right? It's two separate houses, and they're not on the same property like I thought they were. Thank you for the super sticker, Anthea. Sorry. Like I ain't just recorded 2 videos already, okay? I recorded This Is Us and Queen Sugar. There's a little bit of an issue with the audio with This Is Us, but I'm not re-recording it, so it's gonna go up as is, and you guys will be okay. Queen Sugar, on the other hand, perfectly fine. Be looking for that after this live is over. So, like I said, Evelyn rented a house. Shawnee and Malaysia get there first. Malaysia is still mad at Jackie for spreading the rumor about her kids, and Malaysia is happy that Jackie is in a separate house, okay? Jackie got a nice house too, much more modern and sleek, you know, a lot of windows in the pool area. It was sexy. I was here for Jackie's house more so than the house that you know, Evelyn got, Evelyn or whatever, okay? So Jen and OG get there. OG says that, you know, she's trying to get pregnant by Kwame. I'm like, we're waiting. We're waiting. I mean, I don't get into people's abdomens. I don't get into everybody's uterus. My issue is that I often feel like her relationship with Kwame seems a little one-sided, or that she's more into him than he's into her. So when she says things like that, I'm like, are you? Are y'all, or are you? You know what I'm saying? But okay, we're moving on. Jackie has weird advice on how to get a boy. You know what I'm saying? You do doggy style 3 nights in a row with one leg. A child, nobody has time for all of that. OG says she's here to have fun. She's not here to get into it with the other girls or rehash old issues. She's here to have fun. Okay, I want everybody to remember that because they're going to make it seem like she's here for some other reason. So Liza and Kristen get to Evelyn's place. Phoebe is still in quarantine because she was around somebody that caught the Rona. Liza and Shawnee talk about Lamar Odom and the disappearing money. So apparently there was supposed to be a college fund worth $200,000 for their kids, and now she can't find this college fund anywhere. And then when she talks to him about it, it's a lot of ignoring and not really answering questions. So Liza is coming to the table with one, a storyline, and two, same old issues she had the last time we saw her, which was still being sad or worrying about whatever the hell is going on with Lamar Odom. Now, we've seen Lamar Odom. I promise you, he probably wears that lady the out. Okay, I promise you, he probably wears that lady the out. Okay. So Jackie comes over to Evelyn's place and Evelyn gives her a tour of the house and everyone is so scared and nervous that Malaysia and Jackie are going to be in the same room at the same time. Hey, I have an idea. How about you take your ass in your room and out of common spaces if you don't want to run into Jackie Christie? How about that? I'm sure they did that and then edited together in a different way, but I'm just annoyed with Malaysia and this whole energy. Like, bitch, ain't nobody got to be walking on eggshells around you. Throw another table, bitch. Do it. Like, because at this point, I'm over it. Like, at this point, I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? Evelyn is glad that Phoebe isn't there because she feels like with Malaysia and Phoebe not really seeing it for Jackie, that could have been an even more messy situation. Kristen expresses to everyone that she wants to talk to OG about the racism because they share the exact same color palette as far as their skin tone. And I was just like, oh, you do? You share the exact same color palette. Evelyn says OG isn't going to have any real answers for Kristen because she's lying. And, you know, she starts to cry about how everybody in Texas, they in Texas, they call her racist, her kids are black, her friends are black, Shawnee's black, all the men she fucks are black. Like, I can't believe this. They came at me. Like, if y'all don't realize the colorism in the production of the show, in this moment, y'all are literally saying that OG made up her colorism claims, even though everybody watching the show saw it and said it before OG really said it. Like, before OG sat down to have this conversation with any of y'all, the viewers were already saying it. And then Shawnee, Vashandria, got on national television. I'm sorry, not national television. Got on Instagram Live or Twitter or some shit, but got on the internet, Beyonce's internet, and then said that we were too into the show, that we were reading too much into what was going on. That's what she said. And now her viewership has been cut in half. And I'm feeling like I'm only going to be here for maybe 1 or 2 more episodes. Like, don't get me wrong, y'all. Thank you. The check is good. The check for these videos are great, but I can honestly do an extra Bondi Blue show about absolutely nothing on the top of the blogs. The top of the blogs will have like bare minimum stories, 5 stories that nobody gives a shit about, and I will make the same amount of money as I made on this shit, roughly. Okay? But during these trying times when I'm trying to get a floor fixed and a new mattress, it's hard to give up the good old basketball wives check. Okay. But when I tell y'all, they have stressed me out in this episode, and I didn't watch it last night. And I even started watching Jay Lee's live in between making notes for other videos and was like, you know what? I'm going to wait until after I'm done watching it and recording my own video and doing my own video to watch anybody else's review because I'm so aggravated. I don't want this shit in my spirit or my psyche for any longer than it has to be. And y'all gonna make me talk about this shit on panels and stuff anyway. So I don't want to like keep having conversations about this dumb ass show. And it's so dumb at this moment because Evelyn thinks that her tears matter more than how OG experienced the ladies. And that annoys me. Okay. Vashandria says that, you know, she doesn't like the fact that OG was ruining reputations with saying that there was colorism on the show. And I just kind of feel like, Vashandria, if you don't get you and your shit nostrils out of my face, bitch. You aggravate me so much because there is a indignation. I'm using this word a lot, but that's the perfect word for Shawnee. There's an indignation about the way you deal with this colorism issue. You sit up there and act like, oh, if we can have a conversation, if that's what she experienced, you say all of the politically correct phrases on this show. But the truth of the matter is you can't stop that shit stank look on your face, which tells us how you really feel, on top of the fact that you continue to act as if you're not intelligent enough, you're not smarter than the average Black fifth grader to understand what the fuck OG and the rest of us are talking about. To act as if there's no way to understand it. It's nonsensical. It doesn't make sense. See, all of that shit, that is what racist white people do. They act like when we express our issues with Black Lives Matter, with police, with everything we deal with that has racism always underlying. Whenever we express our issues with those things, and then white people tell us we tripping and maybe we didn't get the job just because we weren't good enough, when we know good and goddamn well for us to even be considered for the job, we had to be 10 times better than everybody. Even like, don't do me. Okay, like, don't do me. Don't sit up here and play on my intelligence. And Shawnee is playing on our intelligence right now. Bitch, we know you understand what colorism is. We know you understand. We also, Kristen, we also know that you understand because you have been on shows where people have explained this to you more than once. So to get to this episode, and now everybody wants to act as if they don't know what the difference is between racism and colorism. Y'all are Black women on a show on VH1, and you gonna sit up here and act like y'all are so ignorant of what the difference between racism and colorism is. And Evelyn, just because you fuck on Black men and have children with them does not mean you're not colorist, bitch. All your kids are lighter complected. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, do you not understand that colorism is largely a Black people issue because we allow how white people treat us, and our closeness and proximity to whiteness affect how we treat each other? Do you not understand that? Is that something that your brain can't comprehend? Is that vein getting in the way of your brain processing information, bitch? Because to me, for somebody that has found a way to fuck on all of the, different leagues that you can fuck on, bitch, you are smart. You're smart because you have nothing, and somehow you have had a baby or fucked on or, attached yourself to several influential men. And y'all say what y'all want, but for her to have the specific jersey numbers on her pussy that she has on it, she's a smart woman. Just like Shawnee is smart for catching Shaq when he was at LSU or whenever and having 5 children for him. Smart, bitch. We're not stupid. There are different levels to intelligence, and we see you. So the fact that you can figure out how to scratch and survive good times and get yourself in a better place to have a better life than what you grew up with, okay, without ever actually marrying a nigga, like, you not gonna sit up here and act like you too stupid to understand what's going on here. And y'all continuing to try and blame OG for the perception of the show. It's ridiculous. It's a slap in the face to everybody around. And in all honesty, it's a spit in the face to the Black Lives Matter movement that you have it on this show and sit here and act as if you're not smart enough or you can't possibly understand how holding one person accountable and another person accountable when the only differences really are skin tone, features, and overall aesthetic. The problem here is what y'all don't seem to understand is y'all must think we stupid. No, bitch. We understand that y'all don't like OG, but we also understand the reason why you don't like OG is because OG doesn't let y'all punk her the way y'all expect to punk people, the way you punked Kristen, the way y'all punked Jen, the way y'all punked Jackie's ass, the way y'all punked Malaysia's ass. All of these people in one time or another, whether they are closer to OG's skin tone than Evelyn's or not, have been manipulated and punked on this show by Vashandria and Evelyn. Kristen, who is a pick-me and wants to be in the circle so fucking bad, ignored the way they treated her. Ignored the way they set her up to take the fall for that mess with Cece because you wanted to be a friend with them so bad. Just because OG is not weak or lame enough to allow y'all to press her the way y'all wanted to does not make her a bad person or deserving of y'all to treat her like shit. Okay. So we're aware that the reason you don't like her is because she won't let y'all punk her. Where the colorism comes in is you calling somebody aggressive, you acting as if we should fear OG. OG, is so, she's just so aggressive. She's just so violent. I'm just so nervous around her. We need to make sure she's not on the same set with us. We don't want to film with her because she's so out of pocket and she's so aggressive. So when you make that narrative about the Nigerian African woman on the show, but nobody has ever treated Evelyn like that, who has done all kind of shit over the years. You've never used those words to describe her. You've never reprimanded her in production or on the show. But Chandria is not the only person in charge on the show. It doesn't matter that she's your friend. The fact that VH1 Basketball Wives as a whole, as a production company, decided to put together and produce and edit a fucking show that makes one person look like they're pulling something out of their ass and they're being ridiculous and nonsensical while having us cry with Evelyn about how people have attacked her. That in itself is colorism. And the fact that y'all act like y'all don't understand it is gaslighting, bullshit, irreprehensible. And in all honesty, you don't deserve to make another fucking dollar off this show. As Black women getting up here and telling another Black woman, an African woman, a Nigerian woman, that she is crazy for thinking that because you guys required something of her that you didn't require of Evelyn, even though Evelyn actually did put her hands in and do things with several people and OG has not. If you don't understand it's colorism, you're full of shit. You definitely understand that. You definitely understand that. Okay? Nobody cares about Jen and Shawnee making up. Liza talks to Lamar Jr. He says he talked to his dad. His dad mentioned the money, but he ignored it. She said, you need to question about your money, okay? Because I'm tired of paying for everything out of pocket, okay? So we're going to get to, more of Liza and her situation later in the episode. Malaysia is still acting like a bitch about this Jackie situation, as if Jackie is supposed to come in and beg her and basically, lick her feet in order for them to get, past the situation. Like, honestly, Malaysia, fuck you. Like, I'm sorry. I don't even like Jackie that much right now. We're going to get into that. But the fact that you feel like you're deserving of all of this, oh, I'm so sorry. And girl, go find out why you let your friend take the fall the way you did. Like, I never really liked Brandy. But when I look back on it now and realize that you traded your friend in for these hoes, because that's what she did. Y'all know that's what Malaysia did, right? That she traded in Brandy for her check. And I'm not mad at you because you needed your check. But at the end of the day, bitch, to see you on this show now with the way I used to feel about Malaysia, how I feel about her now, I'm just in utter total disgust of her. I feel like you were stupid and you should have figured out a way to get another check, because I don't know if, like, these are people that only survive because other people support them. And I don't know if I could ever support any of these people after like all of the things that I've seen today on the show. Okay. But I'm tired of her feeling like Jackie needs to beg her for something. Evelyn takes this as another opportunity to make it seem like OG went hard on her when she posted a picture of her grandfather to prove that she wasn't Afro-Latina. So you're going to try to make it seem like she posted something about your grandfather, talking bad about your grandfather, when really she was just trying to, say, bitch, you're not Afro-Latina. Thank you. OG had to do the reunion on a different stage because they felt unsafe. Did Evelyn Malaysia do that? Exactly. No, exactly. Thank you, Jessica Gilbert. I appreciate the super chat. And yes, your point is exactly my point. If anybody missed that, that is one of the clear signs of colorism on this show, is when this happened. And if you don't understand that, you're stupid and you want to remain stupid. and that's fine. But we're not about to continue to explain it or act like we're crazy because your dumb ass don't get it. Okay. I thought it was hilarious that Malaysia said there needs to be some love and compassion towards OG. Love and compassion means that you're trying to understand somebody from their viewpoint instead of asking them to explain to you for the umpteenth time how what you have done offended them. I don't know how many times y'all need this explained, but I feel like she's explained it way too many times. It was explained in reviews. It was explained online. It was explained in think pieces. It was explained all over the fucking place. Y'all don't need any further understanding of this. This is just y'all's attempt to make it seem as if y'all tried with OG and, you know, she just couldn't explain because she's full of shit, because it's all a lie. This is y'all attempt to make her look like she's crazy and making shit up and that y'all actually tried. This is what y'all are doing. I'm not dumb, bitch. You haven't fooled me. Jackie tells OG and Jen that Kristen wants to talk to OG, and Shawnee says that she was open to talk to Jen. OG says, I don't mind explaining myself, but I didn't do anything. So I don't want to have to keep explaining myself like I did something to you. Y'all are the ones that did something to me. When are y'all going to see that? And why do I have to keep explaining it? Jen says that she has nothing to say either. I'm over Jen because a part of me feels like she's latching on to OG's energy because she doesn't have any other place, cause, nothing else going on with herself. So she's taking on OG's energy, then just to later throw her under the bus so that she can be friends again with Evelyn. Like, thank you so much, Goddamn Goddess. Goddamn Goddess. Finally caught a live. Love your content. Thank you so much. So Kristen goes to see the other girls. She wants to hear OG out. Y'all, this is all bullshit. Her saying, oh, I want to hear you out. It's all bullshit, y'all. Like, I'm not even about to act like she's being sincere because she's not. The other girls have a sleepover and Liza talks about the college money again. And Malaysia and Evelyn basically say, bitch, this not about money. You still feeling away over Lamar and you need to get over him. Fuck him. Liza says that's easier said than done when she has kids with the man. And I kind of feel like a part of what they're saying, Liza, is true. But another part of it is that mean girl mentality that, bitch, don't nobody want to hear you cry about that nigga. Like, get over it. Like, that's where they were coming from towards her. And I don't know how long it's going to take for Liza to realize that she's over there with the mean girls, because that's what it is. It's the mean girls. Did you see? Oh, yeah, we're going to get into that in a minute. We're going to get into it. I listen to it. Jackie, Jen, and OG get ready for dinner with Kristen. And this is the recording. This is the unedited recording. Oh, yes. I'm sorry. Thank you for the super chat. Also, I'm sorry. I'm trying to do a whole bunch of things at once. Thank you. But yes, I'm sorry. Let me go back because my notes are moving around all over the place. The dinner that Kristen, and all of them, this is the recording. All right. So Jen is working on Jackie's nerves. I don't know if y'all realize that, but every time that Jackie says, we should have the kumbaya ponderosa bullshit, and Jen is like, I don't have anything to say to them. You can go over there, but don't bring none of that energy back over here. And Jackie was like, bitch, I'll bring whatever I want to bring into this house because I rented this house. Okay. This is me and Doug's check. I was like, no, it's not. But I understand what she means. Like, I did this. I can say and do whatever the fuck I want to do in here. Don't be telling me what to do. And I feel like it was very similar to Jen saying, don't tell me what to say about Malaysia in my house. Thank you, Khalil Bauer, for becoming a member. I'll send a link later on for the Discord. Okay, so Kristen gets over there and they produce this scene. And y'all, as an editor and somebody that has edited shit together, I know when I'm seeing production doing shit. Okay. And the moment when Kristen comes in and they put the camera on OG so that they can make it seem as if OG is already on one and she's already bothered by Kristen just being there and Kristen is coming in with kumbaya energy. I peeped that shit. I saw that shit. Y'all can kiss all our asses for that one. So they get into the conversation and OG is very clear, you guys. And I'm going to just go based off of both conversations, the unedited version that OG recorded and what we saw on television. So I'm not really going to create much of a differentiation when I talk about this shit. Okay. So OG says, I experienced the colorism. I witnessed the colorism. I never expressed what that felt like for me. Everybody acts as if they don't understand what that means. Let me break that down for you. So I can say, I went to the store. Well, no, I was at a restaurant. I was at a restaurant and I noticed how I got there first, but my waitress then serves the white couple that got there, or the lighter complected couple, child, whatever. But the white couple before they came to me and I was sitting here first. When we say that was what we witnessed, that is what we experienced, that does not tap on how that made us feel. It does not tap on the fact that it made me feel less than, that it makes me go back to always feeling like I'm not good enough or I'm going to be treated badly because of my skin. That's the feeling. So no, OG never really expressed the hurt or how she felt about what y'all have done on this show. No, she never expressed her feelings. She said, I feel like there's colorism happening on the show because I experienced it, but that's not the same thing as saying what that experience felt like. So for people that act like they don't understand the differentiation between those two things, there you go, bitch. Pin it, put the time code in there. That's the difference between saying I experienced something and I feel a way of, this is my feelings about said experience. We're going to get into Jackie. Thank you so much, Shane Terry, for your super chat. And thank you for Tima for becoming a member. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all supporting my channel as I talk about shit that really annoys me. Kristen acts like she's ignorant of Featurism, like she doesn't understand Featurism. Okay, I'll indulge. Let me explain. Thank you, Latasha, for the Cash App. Let me go ahead and indulge on what Featurism is. Okay, when I was a little girl growing up, my dad used to always pinch my nose. He would always pinch and hold my nose. And when I said, Dad, why do you always do that? He said, so you don't have a big cauliflower nose like me. Me and my dad are basically the same color, but even as caramel or on the lighter spectrum of brown skin, because I'm not light skin and I won't accept that, but I am on the lighter spectrum of being a brown skin. There's nothing racially ambiguous about me. I am a Black woman. Okay, I have 2 Black parents. Okay, like there's no misunderstandings about this shit. Okay, but what I mean by that is my dad, even being my skin tone, felt a way about his cauliflower shaped nose. His cauliflower shaped nose is indicative of his Negroid features because he comes from African people. So we live in a society where anything that is closely or exclusively linked to being of African descent is a negative because white people have the control and treat you badly when they can pick out your connection to being African, or in any words, being Black. Okay? So having more Negroid features, having a bigger nose, having a bigger but also a more pronounced mouth. So it's not just about the lips, but it's also about the shape that the lips are in on your face. Okay, and then more Nigerian features. Okay, so when I was growing up, nobody ever said that Whoopi Goldberg was beautiful. Everybody used to always want to talk about how ugly Whoopi Goldberg was because she was like, Afro features down, nose, mouth, lips, dark skin. And even though she was popping and the biggest Black female comedian at the time, okay, getting her EGOT and all of that shit, like she was like Whoopi was that bitch, okay, so to speak. Color Purple days, like in the late 80s, she had all of these movies and shit. Then she starts working with Billy Crystal, and that's when you've made it and you're on HBO all the time. Whoopi Goldberg was that bitch, and she was still considered ugly, and she was still considered less attractive and less beautiful because of her features, not just her skin tone. Because guess what? Shug Avery from The Color Purple is still a darker complected brown skinned woman, but she was considered more beautiful because she had more European features, less of a big mouth, less of a big nose. Okay. Do we not understand that? I just gave y'all a great example of how 2 people who are similar in skin tone, but because they have different features, one is treated or seen as beautiful, treated better, seen as beautiful, and the other one is treated less than, like they aren't as beautiful because their features directly link them to their Africanness. So when Kristen sits here and acts as if she doesn't understand Featurism, she's full of shit. She grew up in New Orleans. Kristen is from New Orleans. There is no way that you grew up in New Orleans and you don't understand colorism or Featurism. And I'm going to tell you why. Because we have such a plethora of different looks for black people, meaning Kristen is from New Orleans. My mom is another dark skin, more European features, softer grain of hair, but still darker complected. Okay. They have still heard you're pretty for a dark skinned girl. They've heard that. Kristen has heard that. I didn't know dark skinned girls had that type of hair texture. Yes. Those types of things are said. And Kristen knows this because she's from New Orleans. So she's very much stood out as a darker complected, but still pretty girl because she has smaller features and she has a wavy texture of hair. For her to sit up here and act like somebody has never said that to her or that's never been brought to her attention, that is utter and total bullshit. There is no way you are born and raised in New Orleans and you don't have this understanding. We are made to understand that there's always a light-skinned side and a dark-skinned side of a family. They may not necessarily get along. They are family, but there's a light-skinned side and a dark-skinned side. As long as I have been growing up living in New Orleans, there have always been the understanding that darker complected people aren't treated as well. For instance, my grandmother, very light skinned, very a soft complected hair. My mom basically looks like a darker complected version of my grandmother. My grandmother comes from two black parents, but one, somebody along the way is white. Everybody on everybody's side, there's a great great grandfather or a great great grandma, somebody that's white. Louisiana is like that. So when she comes up in a world as a lighter complected woman, but is still a black woman and does not like the fact that she feels ostracized from her community because she is lighter and because she had the long wavy hair and all of that from having somebody white closer in proximity to her line, but she grows up in a black community. So she grows to feel like something is wrong with the fact that she's not as black as everybody else. So you know what she does? She actively chooses dark complected black men to have children with so that her kids don't have to experience what it is like for her being light skinned living in a black community. So when I talk about how colorism goes both ways and it's multifaceted, and OG mentions in a recording that this is not a conversation that can be covered in one dinner, that's the truth. And so when I put all that into context for y'all as somebody that grew up in New Orleans, I'm telling y'all that Kristen is there to gaslight OG. She's there to make it seem as if OG can't actually explain herself. And that's bullshit, because in the recording that we hear, she perfectly explains herself and what all of this means and how, and how it plays out on the show. She said it. Y'all don't make Evelyn accountable for what she's done. You don't ask her to be on a different set. You don't act like you're scared of her. But with me, that's what you do. And Jackie, they called you crazy because you are crazy, bitch. They didn't call you crazy because you're darker. They called you crazy because in all of the instances we saw, thank you, production, for editing those clips in, your ass was acting crazy. So you can't get up here and act like it's the same thing as the OG situation. They're making OG seem like she's somebody that's violent and at any moment is going to rip somebody's head off for no fucking reason. That is not the truth. Jackie, they act like you're crazy because you act crazy. It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. And you acting as if because somebody has said something bad about you, Kristen said it. Everybody says fucked up stuff on the show. Everybody says messed up stuff about each other, except for OG, because she's made it a point because of how she's been treated in this world, never to make fun of another woman for her body parts or her facial features, because it's not something she can actually control. Thank you so much, Danielle Hunter, for the super chat. For the Cash App. I appreciate you. So when Jackie jumped in and acted as if she didn't understand, I was like, Jackie, shut your dumb ass up. Don't make me bring up how you treated your oldest daughter like shit because she was darker complected and she wasn't Doug Christie's child. Let's not forget about that, Jackie, because we can bring that shit up. Since you want to have such an opinion about this, nobody forgot about the way you treated your daughter. We just let it go because we talked about it for too long and way too much. Let's not forget Malaysia and everybody that wants to be mad at Jackie, that Evelyn was the one that, well, for the second time, because the first time it was a Govan sister, but this time it was Evelyn that decided to bring all of that mess with Jackie treating her daughter differently because of the colorism and all of that to the forefront and not being there for the grandbaby. So now for everybody to sit up here and act like they don't know about colorism when they pointed it out with Jackie and her fucking daughters, I'm so confused, Evelyn. You don't understand? You don't understand, bitch? You pointed this out when you was trying to make Jackie look bad for her kids. I'm trying to understand how you don't understand what colorism is. Something that y'all used against Jackie, you now don't understand. Okay. And Jackie's sitting up here going to bat for everybody because she's a pick-me. Everybody knows that Jackie wants to be Shawnee's friend so bad and wants to be considered one of the real girlfriends, but they deem her old and crazy because of the way she acts. And because of that, they don't see her as equal. And she knows that. So she's always trying to fit in with them. Okay? Don't do me, bitch. That's the move that you're on, okay? Kristen at some point brings up that OG threatened to break her jaw. OG says, you bucked at me first. I said this last week, bitch, don't buck at somebody that could fuck you up. Like, I don't understand. Is that not preschool, elementary school? That if you can get your ass beat by this person, it would be best not to antagonize them. Like, don't buck, don't, do all of this screaming and all of this, oh, I'm big shit. And when a bitch who really can hurt you tell you, bitch, I will hurt you. Stop playing with me. Not all of a sudden, oh my God, you threatened me. Yeah, bitch, after you came at me. And that's what OG wanted everybody to understand. You can't come at me sideways. And then when I threaten to kick your ass because I know I can, now all of a sudden I'm fucked up. Get out of here with that. Get out of here with that. Okay. So all of this conversation that they had for Kristen to sit up there and act like she still didn't get anything from the conversation. They talked for an hour. The recording, the unedited version of the recording is an hour long. And just like I explained here in excellent detail, OG did the same thing, explaining it once again. But at the end of the conversation, I'm tired now. Thank you, Terry, for the Cash App. How many times am I going to explain the same thing to somebody without feeling like, bitch, you playing with me? Thank you so much, love, for the super chat. I appreciate y'all for supporting my channel. When she get back and make it seem like, nothing was accomplished. And, OG says, I never expressed my feelings. I just said what my experience was. Going off of the semantics so y'all can try to make it seem like she's crazy, right? Like that's the thing. So if I can't make everybody hate somebody, I'm going to ignore them and then act like whatever their issue is with me, I'm going to act like they're crazy. If y'all don't understand how white people taught y'all that, Vashandria, Evelyn, if y'all don't understand, Malaysia, you sitting up there, oh, you colorized her too? Yes, bitch, she did. Just like you. When everybody ignores the issue, when everybody ignores it, they're participating in it. What you don't understand about that? It doesn't matter that you're darker complected than Evelyn or Shawnee. You're participating in it. You're validating their bullshit. Therefore, yes, bitch, you colorized her with your dumb ass. Child, somebody, Malaysia, if you know what's upsetting for people to be so stupid and never take a college course to be smarter when they had the money and the access. And now you struggling trying to hold on to your lifestyle by taking your ass on this stupid ass show because you couldn't figure out how to do anything else with your check before it became too late. So Kristen brings up how Jen spoke up during the dinner. And Jen said, no one calls Malaysia aggressive for throwing the table. And Malaysia was like, yes, they did. They definitely did. I said, did they ask you to be on a separate set? Did they ask you to be on a separate set? Or did they take your side and feel like, yeah, you threw the table and that was a bit much, but we also hate Jen, so fuck that bitch. That was the attitude. Don't sit up here and act like those situations were the same, because they were not. Nobody in that group ostracized you because you threw a table at Jen. So don't act like it's the same thing. Don't. I thought it was so funny that they were so stupid. They were all saying the dumbest things. And I was just like, y'all act like everything that y'all say can't be broken down and explain this bullshit. Like, this is bullshit. Like, oh my God. And so then Shawnee says, based off of what Kristen has said to her, she now understands that there's no conversation that can be had with OG. So you weren't even there for the conversation, but you're going to take what Kristen said and feel like you don't need to have a conversation with OG because of what Kristen said. Am I clear on that? So you don't have to sit down with her and have an understanding on your own. You're going to take the opinion of Kristen. And if she can't work it out with OG, that means that you can't. Shawnee, I want you to tell me what OG did to you. Because when OG asked When OG asked Kristen what she did to her, she was like, oh, you came at me sideways at your birthday party. Well, no, bitch, you came at me nasty first. You were 3 hours late. Bitch, it was my party and I didn't invite you. So no matter how late I was, I don't have to explain myself to you. I didn't even invite you. Kristen says, oh, well, I was there to get my check. It wasn't like I was there for you. And she was like, yeah, and I helped you get your check, but you didn't have to be there. You could have got another scene and picked up your check, but you wanted to come and make a scene. So what we're saying is, Kristen, you wanted to be a part of the Mean Girls. So you show up for taping and everybody has an opinion about OG already. Y'all look her up. Y'all decide that y'all don't like the way she looks, so y'all gonna make an issue of it. Even if that's not the way you computed it in your mind, like, oh, this is a dark-skinned African-looking woman, so now I'm gonna automatically dislike her. You don't seem to understand that racism and colorism is something that's been happening in this country for centuries. For centuries. That's 100 years. So centuries means it's a few hundred years. It's more than 400 years now. To be honest. So when you look at the amount of time in which we've been instilling in ourselves these bullshit narratives about color and features and hair texture and skin tone and you know, positions in life and all of that, we've been doing that for hundreds of years. So at some point it becomes automatic. At some point it becomes subconscious. Oh my God. Has nobody ever explained how you can subconsciously have biases? Oh, wait a minute. That's what the Black Lives Matter movement was doing all this summer, was letting people know that they have subconscious biases already in their head that they now need to self-check. Bitch, Olivia Benson from SVU figured that out in the first episode. Why is it that a Black woman can't figure it out after an entire season and into the second episode of the 9th season of her show? Let me understand why the white writers on SVU can figure out that these are issues that we have that we don't recognize that we have. So we have to now self-check the way Black people have had to self-check themselves around white people this entire time. It's called code switching. We've always had to check ourselves for other people. And now we're saying, no, white people and Black people who don't recognize these things, we don't have to keep explaining. We don't have to keep teaching. You need to self-check. That is the conversation that OG was having with Kristen. That at the end of the day, I'm not going to keep explaining it. At some point, if you're trying to not be an asshole, you have to self-check. Yes, y'all. SVU. Yes. Olivia Benson. Yes. Mariska motherfucking Hargitay. Okay. Had an episode of SVU where she had a hard time realizing that she had some biases within herself with the way she handles things. As somebody that's always out for the Vic, it's sometimes you have to see that you view the Black man as the culprit and the white lady as the Vic, even though that is not the facts that have actually been proven or presented, but that is where your mind automatically went. So the Black man gets arrested and has to go and explain himself, while the white lady gets to leave and go about her business after she didn't call the police for absolutely nothing. And there was no conversation before the man was put in handcuffs and traumatized and put in a police car on camera with all of these people watching. So before his life could even, before somebody could save his life from being ruined, he lost his job and everything on that episode of SVU. Olivia then had to understand her own biases. And no matter how much she looked hurt and how much I love Mariska Hargitay on SVU, at the end of the day, bitch, I was right along with that Black man. Like, yeah, bitch, that's what you did. Like, what, you want me to be sad for you or make you feel better about what you did to me? Fuck you. And that's the problem. That's what we're trying to get y'all to understand. Nobody is about to continue to woo you when we're talking about what y'all do to us. It's the same thing with K-Line on Bell Collective. Okay. So it's so frustrating to watch this group of Black women use Black Lives Matter as a storyline and then can't seem to understand the basic understandings of what Black Lives Matter is teaching. I'm going to end this with Jackie expressing her annoyance to Jen and OG about their negative energy. Jackie is stressed out that this season is not going to be good enough. Jackie knows that if everybody stays separate, the show isn't going to be good. So Jackie is now annoyed with Jen and OG because they aren't willing to mend. Jackie, your own colorism issues. Why is it that you expect Jen and OG to be more bendable? Why is it that you did not see the gaslighting that Kristen is doing? Why did you not see that? Ask yourself that question, because you already have your own colorist biases already attached to your mindset, bitch. It's already deep in there, bitch. It's already there because you were willing to allow your own child to go without in some way because she was darker complected and also a representation of whoever her daddy was. Y'all forget, y'all tie that shit to color too. But I want to ask Jackie, what was your childhood like, Jackie? Did anybody remind you that you were, a darker complected young woman and all of that type of shit? Like, talk to us, Jackie. Let us know. What has your experience been? Because for you to sit up here and act upset with Jen and OG because they're not, willing to go over there and beg for forgiveness. Like, why is it? Ask yourself, why do you expect OG to be more mendable and easier? Why does she have to be the easier one when they did something to her? That's colorism, Jackie. It's colorism, Jackie, for her to have done nothing to them, but she's the one that has to go to them. She's the one that has to show and prove what she went through. Do we not understand? I think I've explained it perfectly. I think if you don't understand, it's because you don't want to understand or because you're stupid. You can pick one of those things. I don't really care. But that's exactly what it is, Jackie. And we're not going to let you get away with that either, bitch. We were happy to see you, but now that we see the way that you're on, I'm going to be friends with OG so that I can try to get her to mend into the show, because Jackie now is a producer for the show. I don't know, not saying literally, but I'm saying what she's doing is a production thing. I'm going to rent out a house. I'm going to bring in the two girls that all of the people over here have an issue with. And then I'm going to basically bully them into making up with the people who have done something to them. That's what I'm going to do. Yo, when I tell y'all I was watching this shit, and I was just like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to continue to... How many episodes does this shit have? Somebody tell me. How many? How many episodes? Let me look it up while we on here. I mean, I'm not surprised by any of this. It's just annoying that after everything we said last season and this season, that y'all come back and talk to us like we stupid. I really hope that y'all don't make any more money off this show. I hope this show fails. And it is because I feel like, how dare you? How dare you, bitch? Shawnee, how dare you? No such thing as good features. All features are good. This is true. In actuality, all features are good. In the society we live in, not so much. This is why I don't watch anymore. They make my head hurt. I just watch your reviews to support. I came with the semantics. Exactly. Because it's bullshit. It's all bullshit. Bullshit. Okay. They won't even tell me how many episodes they got. I don't know. It's probably like what? I hope it's 10. Like, give me 10 episodes. I don't need to see like 14, 15. I don't need to see that many episodes of this bullshit. I really don't. Thank you for the super chat, everybody. I appreciate y'all for supporting me the way y'all have been. This is awesome. The show is triggering for sure. The show is definitely triggering. And I want to say this. I don't really care how y'all view my skin tone. You know what I'm saying? Because I've had people say crazy shit to me like, oh, you light skin and all this type of shit. I want people to understand that I grew up in New Orleans, and in New Orleans, a light skinned person is damn near like a yellow tone. Like they don't look like me. Okay. But either way, you do not have to be a dark complected, fully Negroid features in every way. Like, you do not have to look like that in order to understand what's happening here. Like, so the idea that they can't possibly understand what's happening because they're not OG is ridiculous. And I think that's also going to be a part of the commentary as to why they're going to excuse them not understanding where she's coming from when it is very simple and clear to understand, especially if you're a Black woman. Okay? Especially if I don't have to be OG's color in order to see what she is saying. That's why it is so upsetting that Kristen and all of them other bitches keep trying to use your similarity in skin tone as to why OG can't possibly be telling the truth about how she feels. And then got the nerve to say that there hasn't been any colorism. No, there hasn't been any colorism. No. You're going to keep getting up here with that shit, huh? You're going to keep getting up here with that shit, huh? Evelyn being praised as a survivor is triggering for me. A survivor of what? What is she a survivor of? Getting dicked down by, all of the different sports agencies except for hockey? Like, football, basketball, and baseball, bitch. You've done them all. Like, is that what you are? Because we're all survivors, bitch. We're all survivors. But if you don't think that you're light skin, your racial ambiguity, if you don't think any of those things, y'all, I know, I'm being facetious. If you don't think any of those things have aided in the fact that you have been able to be a pass around for years and still be held at some esteem, you're a pass around, Evelyn. I'm sorry. I'm here for women doing whatever they want to do. But what I'm going to say is, in the terms of ignorant men, you're someone who's went around fucking everybody and nobody looks at you like you know what I'm saying? Like you're actually, like less than. Okay. And it's because you're the spicy Latina bitch. So you can, have the hood shit, but then back away from it and be like, no, I'm Puerto Rican. No. You know what I'm saying? All of that shit. Like, we know you, bitch. You're not the first Latina to be you. You're not the first Latina to act like you. And let's not act like people of color, Latinos, y'all be racist too. Y'all, and what I mean by, I'm sorry, you're prejudiced. You're not racist because you can't actually oppress me, but you play a part in the system that does oppress me. Okay? But yeah, like, girl, do we need to explain to you that Latino people can definitely be racist? Do we need to explain that to you, bitch? Have you never been to an island? Like, and that's another thing. Coming from Puerto Rico, I know she wasn't born there, but islanders have extreme colorism issues. They actually deal with colorism more than they deal with racism because they don't actually live amongst white people the way Americans do. Y'all don't live amongst white people like Americans do. You live amongst each other dealing with the remnants of slavery and racism. So you have colorism as your main thing. So it's annoying to me for you to be Puerto Rican, of Latin and probably African descent. There's no way you can convince me otherwise. I've seen old pictures in her, and being light complected does not take away from her facial features and the way she shows up in the world. Okay. She may not recognize that she's Afro-Latina. She may not really respect that and all of that type of shit. But you can't tell me that people born on these islands don't have somebody African in their line, just like you can't tell me that African Americans don't have somebody white in their line. Like, so, your understanding of even your own culture is very ignorant if you don't know how colorism plays a part in interpersonal relationships between Black and Latino people. And the crossover, like the Amara La Negras, who are in both, and people can't seem to fathom how you can be both. God forbid somebody be dark complected and chocolate. So yeah, y'all, it's just a lot of bullshit. I'm sorry, I have to mute myself, noise in the background. But yes, I'm just gonna read some of y'all comments and I'm gonna get out of here because it's going on an hour. It's like almost 1,400 of y'all in here. Please like the video. I've said everything I had to say about this bullshit. It's just pretty girls versus average girls, and OG happens to be dark. Had she been lighter toned, they would have treated her the same. She's a football freaking player. So are you trying to take, like, do you not understand the pretty versus average? Like, do you not understand where your idea of seeing OG is average comes from? Do you not get, like, why do I have to break this down even further for people? You feel like these girls are pretty and these girls are average because these girls have the features or skin tone of more African, Negroid centric, whatever I'm trying to say. Y'all know what I'm saying? Like, what you don't understand about that? Child, when you click on comments, you ain't mean to click on. Yeah, she's gonna cry this whole season, and I'm gonna laugh every time she tears up. I'm gonna laugh every time. Pretty is a social construct. Do you not understand that the reason why you think somebody is pretty is because of how you view their facial features? Do you not get that? Like, y'all are being dumb on purpose, like Erica said. Y'all are being dumb on purpose, and I want y'all to stop that. Stop being stupid. Or at least if you're going to be stupid, don't comment and express how stupid you are. So average girls to be disrespected and devalued, the fuck? I don't know what their point was. I just feel like if you're gonna say something stupid like that, you should probably keep it to yourself. Hold up. Jackie's dark-skinned daughter is beautiful. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. And she has way less chin than Doug Christie's daughter. Way less chin. But you know, that's the thing about colorism. It doesn't make sense. Do you see what we're saying? It doesn't make sense. Skin tone does not make you necessarily prettier or uglier, but we live in a society that tells you that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the dumb part. That's the stupid shit. Bondi simplified this for the dumb people too. Killed it per usual. Thank you, Niecy. Love you, girl. Can't wait for our panel tomorrow. Yes, we have our panel tomorrow on Niecy's channel. Y'all go follow Niecy Dixon so that y'all can be there for our panel tomorrow when we talk about sisters and Married at First Sight and some other things that went down. Y'all see us tomorrow for 8 o'clock Central, 8 p.m. Central. Do y'all hear me? 8 p.m. Central on this young lady's page on YouTube. Go follow her. Don't get me wrong. There is a such thing as pretty privilege. But what you need to understand is that outside of that, that is also linked to featurism and colorism, sweetheart. Those things are linked. Okay? Because what you view as pretty, hello, is dictated based off of the facial features. What, you know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, they teach you that big nose, big mouth is ugly. But I saw a picture, I think it was Deb Acne's dad, like with this, really, really big nose and this really big mouth. And I thought he was beautiful. Kind of like my husband. His nose bigger than my husband's. But my husband still has like, a very like statuesque face, but a good mouth. You know what I'm saying? People might consider that. Why you think Beyonce put in the song, I like my Negro nose with Jackson 5 nostrils before they got nose jobs to make their noses look more like white people's noses? Hello? Are we lost? Are we lost? We've had so many examples of people changing themselves to fit into what society deems as attractive. Like, there are women in Jamaica right now that are bleaching their skin. Like, there are women right now like that are buying bleaching products here in America to look more white. Like, I don't understand why y'all think these things don't exist when people are actually actively out here putting themselves in harm's way to achieve a standard of beauty that you can't achieve because that's not your ethnicity. So white people's standard of beauty should not be black people's standard of beauty, is what I'm trying to say. The fact that Gloria Govan was disrespectful to Shawnee and the entire Miami cast didn't like her. They originally based the LA franchise around her. They can't tell me colorism isn't prevalent. That's another good point. That's another good point. That's another great point to bring up how even Shawnee treated somebody that fucked her husband better than she treats OG. Let that marinate. That's why I'm gonna end the video, because I don't want to say much after this. I'm gonna end it right there, and I want y'all to screenshot this shit and put it on social media. Shawnee, you're colorist because you treated the Govan, who's light complected and fucked your husband, better than you treat OG, and that lady ain't even did nothing to you. Boom. I'll see y'all next time.